There were lots of talks of a tycoon takeover at Manchester United this summer, but nothing ever came of it, unfortunately for Dad. I didn't care though, I was too busy signing Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea for just short of £50 million. But I was also laughing when Dad's old enemy Louis van Gaal took over Chelsea to haunt him again. Dad's main target this summer was a CDM and he brought in a very good one. However, I picked one up myself and it cost me just a tenth of the price of Dad's. Arguably though, one of my best bits of business this summer was agreeing for a new contract for Mohamed Salah for another 5 years. And I also had a lot of fun watching the Euros as Spain defeated the Netherlands in the final, and both of the goal scorers for the 2 Spanish goals were contracted to my club in David Villa and Juan Mata. You're making me very proud, boys. I had 2 early tests this season, with the first being Arsenal in the Super Cup, which we did win. However, the second was a lot more meaningful as we took on Real Madrid at home in a fantastic league game for the neutral. But I do feel hard done by in this game. After taking the lead on 2 occasions and having far more possession at 62% and creating 24 chances on goal, in the 86th minute, Real Madrid scored the final goal of the game to end the match at 2-2. Dad faced his own early test against Arsenal as well, and let's just say it didn't go to plan. So Dan, we've had 2 challenging games for us at the start of the season.
Yeah, I mean mine came against Arsenal. I was a bit disappointed. I lost my main keeper, put Dean Henderson in, and he made a mistake and cost me the last goal. So.
Debut. Yeah, so not bad.
I mean, apart from that, I'm really pleased with the start that I've made.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the next game was away to Man City.
Yeah.
And to win that game 2-0, and Rashford.
With a young Marcus Rashford.
Because I did try to loan him out and he refused the deal, didn't he?
Yeah, to Napoli, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he stayed in the team and he's come good for me. So
yeah,
looking good for us.
Not bad.
No.
Now you have made a couple of signings as well that we've already seen. So we've got the main guy coming in was Aruka, £59 million for a centre defence midfielder.
Yeah. I mean, the players that I had there, Owen Hargreaves, just getting out the wrong side of 30 now.
Yeah.
So
Carrick as well.
Yeah.
Same.
So I didn't want to sort of like get rid of them, but I've got someone to come in and just replace that sort of position, and they'll Hargreaves and Carrick now be my reserve defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
So this makes it sort of a little bit stronger just in front of my defence now.
Okay, and then we've also got Antunes, which is a left-back backup because you had Patrice Evra retire.
Yeah, so just a straightforward.
Yeah, and he's decent to be fair, but you've got Philip Lahm in front, so it's kind of like that. Philip Lahm's
he's good.
A legendary wing-back, isn't he? And then finally, Serge Gakpo.
Yeah, I had a little bit of money left over, and I just felt I could do with a stronger winger than what I already had in the team.
Yeah, instead of Cuadrado.
Yeah, so this guy fitted the deal, so I went for him and got him.
That's right.
And he was straight into my team.
As you alluded to, you've changed tactic.
Yeah.
Away from the narrow diamond and into a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
With 1 winger and 1 attacking midfielder, obviously with James Rodriguez. So similar looking side, really. You still got Van Dijk and Piqué at the back. Still got that fullback in Nemanja Vidic. Lamb's obviously given the license to go a little bit further. But yeah, this is strongest 11. And
it makes it like a strike force of 4 now going forward. So I'm hoping it's going to do the business for me.
All right, and as we've seen your results already, only 1 loss to Arsenal, 5th place currently in the Premier League, and your aims really this season are the Premier League and the FA Cup. However, there could be a chance that you slip into UEFA Cup because Real Madrid and Inter Milan in your Champions League group, that's a group of death.
It is really. I mean, I'd like to think that I'm good enough to finish right behind as it is now.
Yeah.
But I only got to slip up against Inter, and I might just slip into the
UEFA Cup.
Yeah, so I mean, the interesting thing about the league table as well, Middlesbrough are top of the league, and didn't I just beat them
in the League Cup? Yes.
Oh, it was a League Cup, was it? So
4-3.
At least I know I'm quite capable of beating them in the league.
Yeah.
So,
A Wayne Rooney 94th minute winner.
Doing me,
but yeah, they're currently top. There's only 4 games.
But yeah, I mean, that'd be great if I could drop into the UEFA Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the UEFA Cup, who's won it recently? It was me, just to remind you. Now, I've still got £41 million left because I had a big transfer budget, and then at the end I was just selling players like Gonçalves and Izquierdo that I didn't even realise were in my... Well, Gonçalves, I already had Jose Gaia come through, so I'm like, I can sell him now for 21 million. Izquierdo, left, and I was just like, right, that's fine. And Anton Ferdinand for £23 million because I got way too many centre-backs in my team that even John Stones was kicking off. But I did bring in some new faces. Romelu Lukaku was my big signing there for £49 million. Turns out he's not even in the starting 11, which I was quite shocked with.
Unbelievable.
And that's because I signed Kevin Monet-Paquet for £33 million, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. So I've got really good options now going up front. And I've had to change my formation ever so slightly. I've also brought in, to be fair, £44 million is a lot for a left back, though. He comes in as my starting left back with Jose Gaya backing him up. So that's quite good options, I think, there in squad depth. And Loreno Torres from Boca Juniors for $3.9 million. Get them while they're young.
What did he say?
Yeah,
Youth
definitely.
to Gold project. That's, I mean, mentals and physicals.
I mean, look how much he's valued now.
Yeah. I mean, that's some of the best mentals and physicals I've ever seen.
Unbelievable.
And he's 21.
Yeah.
Technicals aren't great, but when he's that intelligent and physical,
Yeah.
you don't need to be good on the ball. I've seen plenty of players like that. For £3.9 million, and he's already got a 7.25 average rating. I think that's a cracking signing. Really happy with that one.
Yeah.
So, that's the signings that I have brought into the side. As I alluded to as well, change of tactic. I've gone for a 4-2-2, but with 2 wide options. And if I did best 11 pick, you can kind of see what I mean about my starting 11. Because although it does say Manuel Fernandes, a lot of the time when I was asking my assistant to suggest to me the best 11 for games coming up, João Moutinho was dropping into that position as well because he's a very good centre midfielder. So I've got options in there as well. Lukaku and David Villa on the bench. Ronaldinho on the bench. Rafa Varane on the bench. I'm like, what is going on here? But still, Raul Albiol can drop back because I've got Torres in the side now. My new gen Greek centre-back goes on the left-hand side. In Suananja, I think this is my only weak role here that I couldn't find any good right-backs. Just no good right-backs around.
Awful, wasn't it?
Yeah. Juan Mata and Mo Salah on the wings with DeSanto and Monet Paquet up front. So, it's a good lineup.
Hell of a team.
Yeah, as we've already seen, it was a 2-2 draw against Real Madrid. Now, Arsenal, I played them in the Super Cup with a bit of a rotated team.
You did, yeah.
Beat them 2-1 in the UEFA Super Cup. But they might have played a rotated team as well, so I can't be too harsh. Some clubs don't take that seriously. But a 6-0 win against Celta Vigo was a great start to the season. And a 3-0 win against my old club Sevilla, and I was chucking up the middle finger to them. That was a good win. And then somehow I lost to Real Sociedad, and I
Don't know what happened there, do we?
no one knows what happened. So there we go. Now I'm also, of course, in the Champions League for winning the UEFA Cup, and I've got Bayern Munich, Anderlecht, and Galatasaray. So my former club Bayern Munich in there, which it could be difficult.
I
to be
think
fair.
the team that
So
you've
still
got,
there.
you should go for it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Anderlecht and Galatasaray, I don't think I'm going to be on the same level as us. I think I should cruise through that. So who knows? But my eyes are solely set on the Spanish First Division. Of course, after winning the Copa del Rey 2 years in a row, the UEFA Cup already, and the Champions League, this is the one thing I need now in Spain, and I really, really need to push for this one to happen within the next couple of years.
Come on, Barcelona.
But yeah, Barcelona is actually my next game as well.
Yeah.
That's who I've got next at the Camp Nou. So it's going to be really tricky, but it's going to be an exciting season at the same time to see what happens. You've got 3 trophies to go for. I've got 1. See what happens.
Yeah.
Although we lost in that next fixture to Barcelona, the rest of the season didn't take a nosedive, as we then defeated them in the home game 2-0, and we dominated the play as well. Dad's Manchester United sneakily dropped into the UEFA Cup though, as he hoped to finish in 3rd in his group. But that form really rubbed off on his side during the winter period, taking a lot of losses in the league as well. Things did pick up though in the second half of the season, which coincided with Marcus Rashford actually getting quite a lot of starts and minutes from the bench. And he became a massive positive for Dad's season and gave his team a new lease of life, even scoring 4 goals across both legs in the UEFA Cup semi-final to take Dad into the final against Everton. Meanwhile, in the Champions League, I kept facing my former team, such as Sporting in the quarterfinals, as I defeated them 6-1 on aggregate, as well as Bayern Munich in the semi-final, and I defeated them 6-2 on aggregate. And wouldn't you believe it, the team that sacked me, Sevilla, made it into the Champions League final to meet me and took the lead through a signing of my own. But no panic, they scored so early on that we had time to compose ourselves and get an early goal for ourselves too. And after signing a new deal in the summer, Mohamed Salah stepped up and smashed in the winner to put Valencia's name on the Champions League trophy. Beat Sevilla in the final, 2-1. Sacked me, did you? You bloody pillow sloggers. Have a taste of that. Also went 1-0 up from a player that I signed for your team. Beat you 2-1. Have some of that. Champions League winners with Valencia.
Well done, mate.
Can't argue with that.
Nope, definitely can't.
However, there was a second European final, and unfortunately, Dad, you lost to Everton.
I can't believe it.
Radamel Falcao,
Rashford.
got a goal.
Yeah.
Jovetic. Falcao, I remember signing for Sevilla. Signed for £11.75 million.
I'm so disappointed, really, because I just felt I had a good enough team to win that. I don't know. I don't know where Everton finished in the league now.
They got a good team, you know. Bernardo Silva.
But that's a big chance for me to win that cup, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah.
to get to the final as well. We did predict that with the Champions League.
Yeah, you had an
into
hard
it.
group.
Yeah, I had an hard group, so it worked out perfectly for me. And I think that's the fourth time I've played in that cup now.
Yeah.
I think I had 3 goals of Roma, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I'm not the cup king, mate, am I? I just can't win a cup.
Marcus Rashford got 10 goals in that competition.
Yeah.
He is playing a lot of games now.
Yeah.
For you, 23 games in total in the league alone, with 5 goals and 2 assists. But across the season, got 19 goals in only 21 starts.
I'm pleased with it, because when I looked at my formation at the beginning of the season, I did say to you, didn't I was going to play wingers.
Yeah.
And I only had 1 winger in my team, didn't I?
Yeah, but
So
he can now be that
I
second
can
winger.
play him the winger, the other sub, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to play 2 wingers, so
Yeah.
I brought him in at the right time, I think.
Yeah, 19 years of age, burst
Yeah.
onto the scene. He's even got 6 England caps as well.
Yeah.
So he's actually playing for England too. But you mentioned in the league, you're not the cup king. However, you did only finish in 3rd place in that league as well, behind
Everton,
Man City.
Yeah.
3 points behind them, but nowhere near Arsenal. Who
No,
only lost
they're
2
the-
games all
They're
season.
the team at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they are unbelievable. They got
So Everton
Carlos
finished
Vela.
in 6th, so I still should have beat them in that final.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to take.
Yeah.
But hey, there we go. Now, I was a little bit closer in my league. However, I didn't win it. Barcelona only lost 2 games as well. One was against me, one was against Real Madrid. Real Madrid jumped off a cliff compared to what they were last year. If you remember last season, they were the team that was running the
Yeah.
wave. Of 103 points, only losing 1. This season, down to 71 points.
Yeah. Losing 9.
So 30 points less.
We usually
pretty much.
find that these teams have a drop off like that only 1 season, don't they?
Yeah.
They're usually back with a vengeance in the 2nd season,
Yeah.
don't they? So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that that's what happens, because you've got a hell of a side there.
I mean,
And
I
can't
lost 6
I can't afford you to
games.
win that.
Lost against Barcelona and Real Madrid. Lost a lot of away games in
Yeah.
there. I did score, though, 136. Only conceding 39 as well, which is not bad.
No.
And then when you see this, I had the highest average rating all top 3 players, the highest assists all top 3 players, and the highest top goal scorer in Franco De Santo. Unbelievable season, really. It's just some of those results went against me. And then you see the schedule, and it's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in just the league alone, as we come towards the end of the season, this is how funny it is. I win 9-1 against Mallorca. There's a couple of 5s in there.
That's 5s.
5 again. Draw 0-0 to Cadiz. How do you go from scoring 9 and 5 and 5, also losing to Getafe?
Yeah.
Then I won 13-0 against Deportivo, which probably breaks the record. Straight
And
after
then
that, lose 4-2.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the game before the Champions League final, and I probably couldn't win the league at that point.
No, you
So
won't,
it's kind
would
of
you?
like,
Yeah.
fair enough. Never mind. But still, weird
Yeah.
how I've managed to do that. I mean,
Yeah, in January, you lost to Real Madrid there 1-0,
yeah, draw into Zaragoza again,
and drawn the game before that.
so I couldn't beat them.
Deportivo, so-
Who I beat 13-0.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, you can even look at that and sort of say that area cost you your league, really.
Yeah.
Because I think the last game of the season, if you had to win that game to win the league, you'd have played a stronger
Yeah.
side.
I drew against silly teams as well. Racing,
Yep,
Santander,
definitely, yeah.
like they are nowhere near the top of the table, and I lost and drew against these teams. Deportivo didn't get relegated. I beat 13-0, and they didn't get relegated. It's mental. But anyway, I finished in 2nd place in the league. It was closer, but no cigar, unfortunately. The Champions League run is also quite funny. Now, in the group stages, as we've seen, Dan got eliminated into Europa League. We'll take a look at his run in a minute. But you lost 2 against Inter Milan there, drew against Real Madrid and Fenerbahce, and won against Real Madrid and Fenerbahce as well. We can see the remnants of our old teams, Sporting top, Werder Bremen top. These teams that we've built up have done quite well. But also
Benfica's
Sevilla and Benfica.
and Roma in the same one.
Yeah, and Sevilla. So
Yeah.
3 of our teams in there. I, of course, had my old team, Bayern Munich, who beat me once. I only lost one game. I won 5 though, which was good. In the next stage, the round of 16, I knocked out Lazio. Then in the quarterfinal, knocking out my old team Sporting, 6-1 on aggregate. And in the semi-final, I beat Bayern Munich, my old team, 6-2. So 3 teams in a row was my old sides. One of them in the final, the team that sacked me, and I beat him in the Champions League. So they would have beat me in the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
Because that's their role, isn't it?
That's their cup, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But anyway, back-to-back European competitions for Valencia.
Yeah.
Just not that league title. Just not that bloody league title. That's the one thing I actually needed. But let's have a look, Dad, at your UEFA Cup run. So as we alluded to, you dropped into the UEFA Cup. You then knocked out Celtic 6-4 on aggregate. Into the round of 16, Villarreal 5-5 was that second leg. It was a huge second leg there. Quarter-final, you knocked out Rangers, so you knocked out both of the Scottish teams en route to the final. And in the semi-final, Real Betis 8-3. A lot of goals going on. You could have had a Manchester derby if they weren't for the fact they stuffed it on penalties. Would have been a Manchester derby in the final, but there we go.
Got it.
2-1 loss.
That would have been a really good one having the bag.
Yeah, that would have been. In terms of your team then, 26 goals from Wayne Rooney, 22 from Kardec, Rashford with 19, Forestieri with 18.
I mean, the only one I'm happy with there is Rashford and Rossiteri, 19 and 18. I think that's brilliant. The other two I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
I think
Wayne Rooney's performance is a 7.3.
Yeah, I just think my front two should be banging in more goals than that, really. I know it's the Premier League, but...
Not
I'm
great.
hoping now with Rashford. I'm definitely going to be playing Rashford on the wing, so a little bit more balls coming in. I mean, I could be a little bit better next season.
At the minute you haven't got any money in there, it might not have ticked over yet, but you didn't give you a lot of money last year.
That's
so
the same as last
that might
year,
be
really,
trouble,
wasn't it?
Yeah, the Glazers are tightening the purse strings at the minute. You mentioned how you next season, but what if a job came up, Dad? Because the Werder Bremen side has just come up.
Yeah, I mean, we have brought a new ruling in for this Glory Hunter where if one of us leads a team, the other person can't go to that team until another manager's already been there.
Yeah.
So now I could go there, couldn't I?
Yeah, because I was before Ronald Koeman, obviously, but he's been there for 5 years.
Yeah.
And he has won 2 Bundesligas.
Yeah.
He's actually done really well. They won the Bundesliga this year, in fact, by 8 points.
Oh, see, now it's tempting now, isn't it?
And they've got a very good team. They got finances of £67 million in the bank. They got an alright team. They've got the likes of Kovacic, who is Austrian and not Croatian on this. Croatian is his second nationality. We've already had a look at that. Rudiger, alongside Per Mertesacker. Courtois in goal. Giovinco. Some cracking players. Frank Ribery's there. Wow.
I looked at buying him for United.
Yeah. Zhirkov as well is still there from when I bought him. 33 now. Got a very good team. Lucas Vasquez, who I think I sold to them. So, they've got a very good team, Dad.
Yeah.
And they've just won the Bundesliga. And, so he's actually gone to Palermo, which makes no sense because they finished 7th. So I don't know why that happened.
No,
But,
don't know about that.
that makes no sense. And Newcastle job is also available. I won't be going to Newcastle.
What's their budget going to be?
What, Newcastle?
Yeah,
well, they don't have any rich owners.
No,
do
they don't. So that'd be
20
interesting.
million.
So, I mean, that's more than United.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting what 6 million at United.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's because you find it. You got 60 million in the bank. Don't know why. Let's have a look at mine though. I've got
you'll get
39 goals from DeSanto. Mané Paquet 28, 26 from David Villa still. Oh, he's retiring. What a season retire though. 26 goals, 11 assists and 31 starts. It's unbelievable. Lukaku didn't play that many games this season, but stick around, Lukaku, and you'll start more next season. Mohamed Salah had a great year as well. So did Juan Mata. It's been good. Ronaldinho's retiring as well. 2 legends of the game retiring. Weird. At the same time, even my centre back got 16 assists. I don't know how he managed to do that. He's unhappy for some reason. Wants a new deal. You can get a new deal after that. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely.
16 assists. That's crazy. And my transfer budget for next season. Oh my god.
Do you know that one budget for your one season is more than the budget I've had of all the teams that I've been to.
Look how much for my wage budget as well.
So that's probably going to be over 200 million.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Well, I think if you don't win the league this year, then there's something seriously wrong.
How's your finances that good? That's insane. I can't wait to spend that. I'm going to have such a good time spending that.
I think I'll just go downstairs for a cup of coffee for a couple of hours and let you get on with it then.
But the Werder Bremen job, you might want to go to
Yeah,
that.
I must admit now I'm really tempted with that. They're a good side, bit more money to play with. I haven't got a lot of money to play. How can I strengthen that team that's there? I know they're a good side, but Rooney's getting old as well, isn't he? The only one that I think is I'm a bit gutted with. If I do leave, the only one I'd be gutted with would be Rashford.
Yeah.
Because I brought him into the team and I tried to loan him out, I must admit, and he refused it, and I'm glad he did. So I've played him and he looks absolutely good now.
Yeah.
And I think that Rashford being on the left wing could be really good for that team.
Yeah, it could be.
So,
Could be.
I'm changing the formation straight away and I've got a player automatically for that position.
Yeah.
So it's only a couple of positions I think I do need. But do I hang around and stay there, or do I move?
Well, that's the question. But there were trophies won this season, but nothing added to the Retro Glory Hunter cabinets. Let's take a look and recap now anyway. No new trophies to add this year, but my cabinet is looking very healthy indeed, and my Valencia team is looking really strong for next year to have a crack at that La Liga title. Dab was so close to adding the UEFA Cup to his cabinet, which would have been crucial for the race to complete Glory Hunter. How will he react to that setback next season? Especially because the Bundesliga champions are needing a new manager.